Hey folks, Dwayne from Grandpa's Garage. I happen to be out at a very interesting location today. I'm with my friend Andy Bailey, who's got a project that I think is going to light a few fires. So let's show you what we're looking at, and then Andy's going to give you a little bit of a history on the project. Now, if we look here, we got tandem axles. Interesting. What's going on here?
Definitely a roadster.
Oh my goodness, this thing goes on forever. Well, now I have to introduce the builder of this creation, and I believe he calls it Andy's Double Six. Andy, you want to tell us about your project here?
Sure. It started off as a 84 Ford F-150. Because I want to put it on the road and get a local safety certificate on it, I have not messed around with the frame or the steering or the brakes or most of the controls. Which means that to get the shape that I wanted, I've moved the engine back 3.5 feet and remounted it. The cab back 4 feet and remounted it. And of course, because I've moved all the weight, the front lifted, and with a Ford from the 80s, it's got double I-beam suspension. So the wheels kind of went like this. So I put a fake supercharger on the front and filled it with lead weights, and that's brought the front down to where I want it. So it's fully adjustable pitch on the front. What I found was, despite the fact that it's got a massive chassis in it, or frame in it, it is unbelievably flexible like this when you take out the cab and the box. The cab and the box are structural members. So this cab is still sitting on factory Ford mounts. I just moved the mounts to a different place. But I had to put a second channel in on the outside all the way down to maintain the torsional rigidity. So I've done that. There are a million decisions that have gone into this, and of course everybody's saying, well, I wouldn't have done it like that. This is just my version of what needs to happen. So far as I'm aware, this is still capable of being put on the road, which is the big deal. It's got the original Ford 300 6-cylinder in it. I had the option of getting a Ford Mustang from about 2004. Pretty nice engine, 4-point-something liter engine. But it also came with a cereal box full of electronics, and I'm not an electronics guy. So I stayed with what I had, mostly because it's extremely simple. And it's got a carb that I understand, and it's got electrics and electronics in it that are not too difficult. It's just my speed. And at the end of it all, I need to go down the road at about 65 or 70 miles an hour. If I can do that, I don't need oodles of power. And I guess when I shut the hood, if someone says, how many horsepower you got in there, pick a number. I don't mind.
So Andy, can you tell me how long you've been working on this?
This is 2 3/4 years. By the middle of the summer, it'll be 3 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now what kind of inspired this build?
I watched the movie Captain America. I liked the car. It was built on a movie budget by a company in Britain in about, I'm guessing 4 months. I'm just throwing it out there. I liked what they did, but I looked and thought, there were things about it I didn't care for. So I thought, I can do that. And then I find out the reasons why they did what they did. when you start getting into it, you think, well, you can't do that because the suspension runs through there. You can't do that because something else is going on. All of a sudden, what they were doing started to make sense. And this is me being a critic and then finding that there are reasons why things were done the way they were done.
It usually is.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a movie budget and a complete crew who knew what they were doing. This is me working about 3 hours a day. That's all I do. I do an hour in the morning, an hour at lunchtime, an hour at night. And this is as far as I've got. The fenders are all done. The bit that comes down here is done. There's no, they're not on at the moment, mostly because I need to be able to get to the center to do what I'm up to right now.
So I want to ask you there, Andy, you want to just show me a little bit more and tell me a little bit more about the rear suspension you've got set up there? Because that's not a standard setup with having tandem axle.
The front one is the drive one, and it's stock Ford. I had to shorten the drive shaft because the engine came back. But the back one is a tag axle. It's on airbags, and I can adjust the air pressure on it to lift or lower the back. Not much. It's just to take some of the load.
You know, it really creates quite the image with having the tandem axle on there.
Yeah.
And size-wise, kind of hard to get a real accurate
It's about
perspective.
22 feet long, something like that.
22 feet long? Okay.
Yeah, it's rather big.
That's pretty long.
The one that they made for the movie, there's very, very, very little information on the internet about what they did. So I'm taking a few pictures and running with it, basically.
Yeah, well, you're designing
Yeah.
on yours.
And of course, when you change things, I'll go around the other side if you like.
Sure.
When you change one thing, you muck around with everything else. The tab at the back is 6 inches narrower than it should be. There's a split line in the
Certainly.
middle. Yeah. The front is 14 inches narrower. So if you've narrowed the cab, all of a sudden you've got to narrow the dash. And if you narrow the dash, you've got to change the heating and ventilating ducts. And
Now,
if-
whereabouts did you make your narrowing on the dash?
Right there.
Son of a gun. Great job. Great job.
And therefore the
Glove
little
box.
glove box here is smaller than it should be.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But it looks like nothing was ever done. It just looks
Thank you.
a very, very nice job on that.
So then this piece no longer fits. And of course your windshield hangs off the front 7 inches each side.
Right.
So rework that. And the only thing that's stock about the cab right now are the doors. Because when I moved the cab back, the frame on the standard truck comes
Yes.
up.
There's a step up on it. Yeah.
So I started off, and there's been some errors along the way. Unbelievable amount of learning. This is just fun. just learning.
This
But-
is awesome.
Yeah, I cut the floor out and lifted it and re-welded it back in. And then it needed bracing, and the braces ran right through the main frame. So I've channeled the whole thing. The floor is channeled.
Tell me about your trunk lid here.
Well,
That looks like quite a lot of work.
I filled the whole of the back of the vehicle with styrofoam, the pink stuff, and ground it using a grinder and a sander. I made it the right shape. So I've got the fenders for it already built, and then put a release agent on it, fiberglassed it, took it off, flipped it over, and this has foam in it. Not much. But this is a double skin, so there's foam in there to give it some stiffness.
Sure.
Not enough yet, but close. And I built a frame, which is on the what do you call it? The hinges for the the hood hinges off the F-150. And
Here's your fenders there. I want to just get a shot of those because those are very nice. They turned out real well.
those are 1938, I believe, Plymouth.
Okay.
But they were split down the middle. I got tires that are much bigger than they were meant for. So I split them down the middle, put 2 inches in, cut the insides to rework them, and then put them back together.
Well, I got to say that this is an amazing project, and I want to take the time to thank Andy for inviting me to come out here and take a look at what he's doing, and also to be okay with videoing and showing you his 6. It's a really unique project, and I'm hopeful that maybe somewhere down the way we can get a little bit more time with Andy and the 6, and we'll bring you back at that time. But for now, again, thank you, Andy, for hosting me here.
Welcome.
And I'm Dwayne from Grandpa's Garage, the little garage that could, saying, see you later, folks.